My name is Edward Pond. I'm with Howard Zimmerman Architects. I'm a senior associate and project manager for the Park City Estates facade restoration project. This is a review of the images of the demolition of the balcony enclosure at Building 2, Unit 8C. These photographs were taken by Yates Restoration back in October 28, 2009. This first image is a view out the window of the enclosure looking down on the balcony slab edge. Here it shows the curb is covered with quarry tile set in thin set cement. Apparently a section of the tile has broken and possibly fallen off. This is another view of the balcony slab edge showing several pieces of the quarry tile missing. This is not original construction. This was obviously installed. The quarry tile was obviously installed at the time of the installation of the balcony enclosure. This is not recommended. It's obvious that this tile can pose a hazard if it breaks off, falls off, delaminates from the concrete, thus posing a hazard to pedestrians and residents below. This is a view of the brickwork to the right-hand side of the enclosure. Shows previous repointing of the brick. The enclosure prevents the repair of the brick and mortar inboard of this location. This is a view of the floor. Apparently the resident had installed a plywood subfloor over the concrete balcony slab. Here is shown with foam padding for carpet. This is a view of the interior prior to the demolition of the enclosure and all the interior finishes. This is another view of a balcony slab edge. Here it shows the concrete has been removed. The delaminated concrete has been removed in preparation for the repair. Here we can see that the railing post is directly above or adjacent to a reinforcing bar. Here it's very telling that the reinforcing bar is so severely deteriorated. The bond of the material around the railing post is important to keep water out of the concrete, and here we can see that the water has been able to migrate past the post and has caused the deterioration of the reinforcing bar. In order to properly repair this area, the reinforcing bar needs to be completely scraped clean of all rust. Needs to be coated, and a area of approximately an inch around the perimeter of the rebar needs to be removed and recoated with repaired with new patching material. This is the interior of the balcony area. The carpet's been removed. We're in the process of removing the padding and the plywood subfloor. This is a window that is installed in the balcony enclosure. Again, all to be removed. This is a view of the ceiling above. Here the arrows point to water droplets that are coming through the crack in the slab. Obviously this crack is quite severe as it extends through the entire thickness of the concrete slab. Layers of paint and compound have really sort of concealed the severity of this. This is a view of another crack in the ceiling. Again, we don't really know the severity of the crack because of the layers of compound and This is a close-up of the brickwork to the right-hand side of the balcony. Again, it shows previous work, previous repointing work in the brick and mortar. We have cracking in the brickwork that obviously cannot be accessed if the enclosure is in place, and we have no access to the walls of the enclosure, the side walls to the enclosure. This is again close-up of the brickwork and some of the fine cracks that are occurring in the brick and mortar. This is an image of the floor. Apparently under the plywood subfloor we found the quarry tile extended throughout the surface of the balcony slab that had all needed to be removed, exposing the a green painted concrete slab. This arrow points to an area of the concrete curb which is deteriorated, delaminated. This needed to be removed in preparation for the repair of the concrete. The enclosure is right behind the railing, so the area of the concrete behind the railing post was not accessible in order to prepare the entire area for repair. This is one of the reasons why we are proposing that the enclosures be removed, because this area of the concrete cannot be properly prepared with the enclosure in place. The removal of the quarry tile exposed yet again another crack in the concrete slab. Again, one of the reasons why we advocate the removal of all the finishes and enclosures in these balconies. This is so we can access and properly prepare and repair all the deterioration that is happening in the